Hi, and thank you for your interest in learning about using the North Dakota quality standards for out-of-school time programs. After-school programs play a critical role in helping students succeed, keeping young people safe, and supporting working families. You work hard to provide youth with a safe, nurturing environment where they learn, grow, try new things, and ultimately thrive. The North Dakota Quality Standards for Out-of-School Time Programs and Program Self-Assessment Tool is designed to acknowledge the work that you are doing and help take your program to the next level. Research shows that high-quality out-of-school time programs have clearly defined and measurable goals, engage multiple stakeholders in meaningful conversation about program quality, and use multiple kinds of data to assess their progress. Today, we're going to cover how the quality standards were developed, hear about each of the 4 quality domains, and learn how to use the standards and program self-assessment tool in your continuous quality improvement process. In 2020, the North Dakota After School Quality Work Group began to meet. They dug into best practices from after-school programs across the country and across the state and looked at years and decades of research into what makes an effective after-school program. We talked to a wide cross-section of programs across North Dakota, from those serving early childhood to middle school and high school students, and from programs that were just getting started to those that were already well established. The work group compiled and looked at all of the data and set priorities for quality based on the specific needs and context of youth in our state. We'll note that the definition that we used for after school includes any out-of-school time programming that serves students in grades kindergarten through 12th grade that is offered outside of the typical school day. These programs will have an educational or enrichment component and may include before school, after school, summer programs. They may be club-based, community-based, take place within a school building, or be a school-aged licensed childcare. The quality work group looked at all of the data and determined that there were 4 essential areas that should form the foundation of quality in out-of-school time programs across our state. The standards are grouped into 4 domains, and we will look into each of them a little bit. First, we're going to start with health and safety quality domain. We've all heard the phrase safety first. That applies to after-school programs too. In order to learn, grow, and thrive, youth need a space that is safe and promotes their well-being. The same also goes for youth workers and program staff. We need to keep them safe as well. Looking further into the health and safety domain, indicators are grouped into 3 or 4 category headings, such as what does health and safety look like in our program space? These categories are designed to help you think intentionally about your physical program space, your program design, the curriculum and activities that you offer, and how individuals interact within your program, including individuals' relationships between students and students, staff and students, and with the outside community. It is not the expectation that every program site has every best practice in place. Rather, the standards provide a research-based framework for you to help understand and measure program quality and plan for improvement. Looking at some specific indicators under the health and safety domain, I'm going to share a couple examples of what they could look like. Our first aid kits are fully stocked and easily available at all times. Another indicator is our program has a process for addressing health and safety standards. The health and safety domain has about 20 indicators that are grouped into those 3 category headings. Next, we're going to look at the relationships and interactions domain. When programs create an environment that is truly welcoming for all, youth, families, staff, and visitors, and when relationships are deep and authentic, we are best poised to meet students' needs. Being intentional about our relationships and interactions will foster a safe, nurturing setting where youth can try new things, get extra support, and be inspired to be their best selves. The relationships and interactions domain has 20 indicators that are grouped into 3 category headings. A couple of the indicators include: we use a friendly tone of voice and greet all youth by their preferred name. We handle challenging situations in a calm demeanor and use positive behavior management tools such as proximity, redirection, ignoring, reteaching, or restating the expectation. Next, we'll look at youth-centered program design quality domain. We know that our programs are not something that we do to or for youth, but rather with youth. Add in a high-quality learning environment, plus program activities that speak directly to students' needs, and you've got the recipe for a program that really accelerates young people's academic, social, and emotional learning. Within the youth-centered program design domain, there are 23 indicators that are grouped into 4 category headings. Some of the indicators include things like, as a staff, we model leadership behavior, and we use developmentally appropriate language when speaking with youth and confirm that they understand what's being communicated. Leadership and management is the last quality standard domain. An effective program starts with a strong foundation. It is easy to get caught up in meeting the day-to-day needs of youth and forget to look inward on a regular basis. When our administrative practices are solid and our staff is well supported, our programs are better prepared to help students thrive. Within the leadership and management quality domain, there are 22 indicators that are grouped into 4 category headings. A couple of the indicators include: our program has goals that are aligned with our mission, and we have clearly written policies that provide guidance for all aspects of our program. All of these standards are aspirational in nature and are intentionally broad so that you can tailor them to the specific context of your out-of-school time program, the students that you serve, and the environment that you work in. These 4 standard domains are not in any sequential order, and all are important when you're looking at a high-quality out-of-school time program. Before we look at the self-assessment tool, let's define some terms that are commonly associated with program assessment. We're going to look at assessment versus evaluation. According to the University of Nebraska, assessment and evaluation are closely enough related to be used in defining one another. The difference between assessment and evaluation lie within the intent of use. We use the term assessment when we want to determine program strategies, and use evaluation when you want to understand the effectiveness of those strategies. For the North Dakota Quality Standards and Program Self-Assessment Tool, we're looking at it as an assessment to help you determine your program strategies so that you can work towards best practices. Using the North Dakota Quality Standards for out-of-school time programs and program self-assessment as part of your continuous quality improvement process can have many benefits for your program and organization. One strength of the program self-assessment is the involvement of a review team. It is important to engage many types of stakeholders in the process. And engaging in this process provides you an opportunity to pause and reflect on important aspects of quality in out-of-school time programs. As you and your review team come to an agreement on the rating for each quality indicator, this will generate valuable data on program strengths and opportunities for improvement. And by implementing the standards and engaging in this continuous quality improvement process, not only will you have a stronger out-of-school time program, but it will lead to stronger and more positive youth outcomes. We know that you are already engaging in many best practices across the state of North Dakota, and we hope that as you go through this process, you'll find that you are doing really well and doing a lot of these already. Now we're going to look at completing the program self-assessment tool. There are 5 steps in completing the program self-assessment. The first step is to get to know the quality standards. As we reviewed, the standards are grouped into 4 quality domains that serve as the foundation of quality for every out-of-school time program, and they are applicable to whatever your program looks like and whatever grades of students you serve. Each of the 4 quality domains have around 20 indicators each, and indicators are the specific practice, policy, or procedure that contribute to a high quality out-of-school time program. You can find a link to the North Dakota Quality Standards for Out-of-School Time booklet on the North Dakota After School Network website. You can also request printed copies from us if you would like. The next step is to get to know the program self-assessment tool. This tool is designed to assist out-of-school time programs at any stage of development to appraise your progress in each of the 4 quality domain areas and to promote relevant training and other strategies for continuous quality improvement. In the standards booklet, you will find that there are 4 questions at the end of each domain to help you and your program review team reflect and identify next action steps. These questions include, how can we improve in this area? What are some easy things that we can do right away? What changes do we need to work on long term? And are there any resources, supports, or partnerships that can help us? The next step is to select your review team. Your review team should include at least 3 to 5 stakeholders at each program site. Each person will bring their own knowledge and experience, and it is okay if a team member only has strong knowledge in a certain domain. Important stakeholders to include on your review team include program site staff, school day teachers, organization or school administration, community partners, parents or guardians, program volunteers, and youth or program participants. The next step is to complete the program self-assessment. There are a few options that you can choose to complete the self-assessment, and you can determine what works best with your organizational priorities and structure. You may decide to assign 1 or more of the 4 quality domains to review team members to complete individually before meeting together to go over the ratings and come to a consensus for a rating on each of the indicators. You may also decide that it fits into a staff meeting that you already have planned or a pre-program meeting, and you want to go through the whole process together at once. Either way, it is important that your review team reflects and looks at each of the indicators, agreeing on a common score for each of the indicators. The last step is to submit your self-assessment results to the North Dakota After School Network. The After School Network website has a quality standards page that walks you through each of these 5 steps. Each bullet point has a drop-down menu with further information, including a program self-assessment and action plan user guide, printable copies of the North Dakota Quality Standards booklet, a fillable PDF if you would like to record the information digitally, and a link to submit your self-assessment and action plan results. If you are a 21st Century Community Learning Center program site, North Dakota Department of Public Instruction will be utilizing the standards and program self-assessment during the 2022-2023 program year. Each 21st Century grantee will conduct a program self-assessment for each program site at the beginning of the year and again at the end of the year to gauge progress. If your program is not a 21st Century site, you are still encouraged to submit your self-assessment results to the North Dakota After School Network. Not only will this provide us some valuable state-level data to help inform professional development and training opportunities, but it will also help you receive more targeted support from the After School Network. For all programs across North Dakota that engage in this continuous quality improvement process, the After School Network will support you with resources, tools, technical assistance, and coaching. Remember that this is an assessment, not an evaluation. It is not the expectation that every program will be rated a 4 in every area. Your program will get to determine what the ratings look like at your program site and the priorities that you work towards and what aligns with your goals. Let's dive a little further into the self-assessment ratings. To complete the self-assessment, you will assign a rating of 1, 2, 3, or 4 based on reflection for each indicator with your program review team. In this example, the indicator is our program environment is safe and free of hazards. With your program review team, you will look at that indicator and talk about evidence that you have to rate where you are on that indicator. The Program Self-Assessment and Action Plan User Guide provides more information about what each of these ratings could look like, but ultimately it is a self-assessment, and it will be up to you and your program team to assign a rating. There is space within each of the indicators to provide evidence of your rating. Depending on the indicator, evidence may include confirmation that a specific policy is in place, documenting the process your program site uses, or other data or information that you use to inform your rating. When you submit your program self-assessment results, you do not need to upload any supporting documents or provide any links, but simply record what your rating was based on. The North Dakota After School Network's suggested timeline for engaging in this continuous quality improvement process includes completing a self-assessment at the beginning of your program year and again at the end of your program year. The timeline you see here is for programs that are operating during the school year. If your program operates year-round or only operates a summer program, this timeline can be condensed to fit within your program needs. If you are a 21st Century program site in North Dakota, you will be required to complete a self-assessment by October 10th of 2022. You can find the complete 21st Century grant requirements with dates, along with a link to 21st Century guidance on the network standards page on our website. We define a program site as a physical address of your program site. Within that, you may determine to complete a program self-assessment for different grade spans at a physical address, but the requirements only include you to complete one self-assessment for each physical program site. And again, remember that this is an assessment, not an evaluation. There is no penalty for rating yourself low in any indicator. Rather, it will help you define an action plan and help the North Dakota After School Network provide more timely and supportive technical assistance and coaching. Utilizing the standards and program self-assessment in your after-school program can provide the foundational elements of a high-quality out-of-school time program It can identify what you are already doing to contribute towards best practices in the programming that you are providing. It can also help areas that you may want further support or identify goal areas that you want to work towards for positive youth outcomes within your program. To learn more about the North Dakota Quality Standards and continuous quality improvement in out of school time, please contact the North Dakota After School Network. We are also available to provide any information or guidance you would like during this process, including attending staff meetings, providing trainings, or linking you to tools, templates, or resources that can help you be the best program that you can be. Thank you.